الحمد لله الذي فرق بين الحق والباطل وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. All praise is due to Allah, who made a distinction between the truth and the falsehood, and He made them opposites to one another. So each one of them will become distinct, and it will be clearly viewed by those who are seeking the truth. Thus the truth being evident and clear, and likewise the falsehood being evident and clear. And I bear witness that there is no God worthy of worship but Allah, alone with no partners. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His servant and His messenger. May Allah send His peace and His blessings upon Him. May Allah exalt His mention, that of His companions, and all those who follow them on their righteous path until the day of judgment. Brothers and sisters in Islam, and viewers of other faith, whenever we think of the word religion, the first thing that comes to mind is the relationship between the creation and the Creator. The relationship between the human beings and their God. Regardless of who they consider this God to be, what is their understanding of God, these issues become side issues when we look at religion from the perspective of the relationship between the creation and the God that they believe is the one who deserves to be worshipped. This is considered sacred versus what is known as secular, which is everything that is related to the material world. Things that are related to economy, the social aspect of someone's life, and what have you, without faith having any role in that. So whenever we use the word religion, we are thinking of only one aspect of life, which is the spiritual aspect, based on faith. This is why many of the scholars and those involved in da'wah, which is inviting people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have a reservation when it comes to using the word religion for Islam. It is often applicable to others because they seem to be focusing only on the faith or the sacred aspect of life, whereas in Islam, it's a total way of life. It's a complete way of life, which encompasses the person's relationship with his Lord, furthermore the person's relationship with the creation, whether it is other possessors of souls, like animals or other human beings, or trees and the rest of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The two common faiths, one which can more accurately be called religion, and another one which is more of a way of life, is that of Christianity and Islam. The most two dominant religion / way of life in this world of ours. And very often, there seems to be a conflict between both for obvious reasons, predominantly because of what we know as the pillars of faith. Before I continue with my presentation, I would like to warn sensitive individuals from continuing to view this particular speech, as some of the things that I will be saying by the will of Allah may seem to be offensive to some. Although the intent behind that, and Allah knows, is not to offend anyone. Rather, the intent is to clarify the truth for people. So this particular lecture is for individuals who are not shy, who are not afraid of the truth. This is for individuals who seek the truth wherever it may be. For individuals who are unbiased in their understanding of things. The individuals who will be taking these particular statements emotionally and assume that it is an attack against them, then from this particular moment they are advised to refrain from watching, as we do not want to hurt anyone's feelings. The other group, you're most welcome to hear what will follow, as it will be merely quotations. All I will be doing is quoting some things from the Bible and otherwise from the Christian belief system to present it to the people for those who don't know any better to know. And this is the crowd that we're aiming at. Those who don't know any better and wish to learn in order for them to make accurate decisions pertaining to where they think salvation is in this life of ours. Islam and Christianity both believe in what is known as the 6 pillars of faith. Although they are clearly defined in Islam and the famous narration of Jibreel. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, may the peace and Allah and His blessings be upon him, is the angel, known as Gabriel in English. And he is the very angel which was responsible for bringing revelation to the prophets and the messengers. He is the very angel which we discussed before, that was sent to Mary, peace be upon her, and he blew into her sleeve, by which she became pregnant, or she conceived Jesus, the Messiah, the son of Mary. May Allah's peace and His blessings be upon him. In one particular narration in Islam, Jibreel came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the form of a human being, appeared to be well dressed and somewhat handsome, if that term is applicable. And he asked the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about Islam. He asked him about Iman or faith. He asked him about Ihsan or goodness, if that word is not sufficient in English, but that's the closest word. And he asked him about the signs of the Day of Judgment. In the portion where the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam answered Gabriel pertaining to faith, he told him that faith and تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر وتؤمن بالخير وتؤمن بالقدر عفوا خيره وشره. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, answered him by saying, belief is to believe in Allah, His angels, His books, His messengers, the day of judgment or the day of resurrection or the last day, and to believe in destiny or preordainment, the good thereof and the evil. These 6 pillars of faith were defined by the Prophet of Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After Gabriel departed, the Prophet, peace be upon him, asked his companions, do you know who that was? They said, Allah and His Messenger knows best. He said, this was Gabriel. He came to teach you your affairs, the affairs of your religion. He came to teach you the affairs of your religion. So let us look into these 6 pillars of faith from 2 perspectives, like from 2 different cameras. The Islamic camera or view or perspective versus the Christian one. Although we share the titles or the headings, and believing in God, the angels, the books, the messengers, in the day of judgment and preordainment, when we elaborate or get more extensive in our research, we will find that the essence of this belief is in total contradiction. Major difference in the concept. The heading is the same, but the concept is different. And a worldly example that we can relate to is that you can have 2 schools called whatever, Al-Hikmah. I'm not trying to advertise any particular school. Al-Hikmah school. There may be 2 of them, one in some country and another one in another country. The fact that these 2 schools share the title does not necessitate that the teachers, the curriculum, the methodology, the students, the structure of the actual schools are the same. Rather, they may be totally opposite. One school may be excellent versus the other one may be very bad. So sharing the title does not indicate that the essence is identical. This is the same thing as Ibn Abbas, which was a companion of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, said when he was describing paradise. He said the only thing that is common between paradise